Good evening. Good evening, everyone. This is Transformative Reads Session 6. In this Transformative Reads program, we are taking world's famous self-help books and discussing some of the most important concepts from those books. In that order, we have been taking The Million Dollar Habits written by Tracy, which is an international bestseller book and which talks about some of the most important habits required to become a millionaire. We have already seen 5 episodes. This is the 6th episode now. Get into the session. Today, we are going to see some of the habits that are going to pay you more or get you promoted faster. In this particular chapter, Brain Tracy is discussing some of the habits which will be really beneficial for people who are employed in a company. Okay? Mostly, this particular chapter is fully dedicated to the people who are employees who really want to do best in their jobs and want to become millionaires. Okay, just underline this point: want to become millionaires, because some of the concepts that Brain Tracy tells in this particular chapter are very, very unconventional for people who wants to live a normal life, a 9 to 5 life. These things might sound little crazy. They might think this might not be for them. But if you are very ambitious and want to really make it in your life, want to become that millionaire, then definitely whatever he's discussing in this particular chapter will resonate with you. Okay, so few ideas will be unconventional, so be open-minded to receive those ideas. Okay, let's move on. So in the past episodes, we have discussed few concepts. A small recap: in the first episode, we saw about some of the universal laws which are governing us, and the second episode, we discussed about how self-concept of ours, it decides the reality in which we are living. So how to have your self-concept in an ideal way, that's what we discussed in episode 2. And episode 3, how to form new habits. We know that habits are very much essential to shift our life and change our perspectives. For that, so how to form those habits? Brain Tracy has given 7 effective steps to form new habits. We discussed about that in episode 3, and in episode 4, we discussed some of the success habits. In episode 5, we discussed what the millionaires have, habits of millionaires. Now in this episode 6, we are going to discuss some of the habits which will get you paid high. So how many of you here are employees? You're working for a company. The first thing is, let's see this quote. Okay, by poet Robert Service. He who would rule must learn to obey. Right? When we are employees, see some of the movies now, they also project that you should stand for yourself. You should really talk back to people. Only then you'll be considered as a man with good virtues. Those things are all there. But if you see successful people, they did not reach that success without the obedience, right? So when you want to rule someone, first you should know how to obey. When you are in an employee, as an employee, then first learn how to obey the superiors. Obey as in not to just nod your head for anything and everything that they say. You should be able to do the work that they ask for. In the starting years of my career, I've also discussed this in the previous episodes also. I was in a banking job. So in that was my, literally that was my first job. In that job, if you see, there used to be lots of commands, authority from the top management. We have to abide by whatever they say. And in the other end, there used to be customers. So we need to obey whatever the customer is also asking for us. It's like both the ways. Most of us will get stuck between the managers and the customers. Sometimes I feel that I'm losing my self-respect in the process, because I need to really hear out what they have been telling, obeying whatever they are saying. But at that time, I did not have any other chance. I had to do that. But now I feel that after starting my own profession, after starting my own company, I feel that whatever obedience I learned there, that I practiced there, that is really helping me out a lot. That is making me feel humble now. It is helping me take responsibilities. So when you obey the superiors, the managers, it doesn't mean that you're losing self-respect. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're somewhere going low, you're lower than them. It just means that you're learning your manners. Once you understood this and you start to obey, then tomorrow you can rule. As I told, this chapter has got a lot of unconventional ideas. The first idea itself is like it's bang on your face, right? For many of you, this particular point itself must be contradictory, because later in the latest, all people tell that you should not obey anyone. You don't have to go by others' words. But real successful people, if you see, they have been obedient salespeople. They have been obedient workers, employees. Only from there they have reached such a high status. If you see successful people, they are like that. So you also learn this lesson today if you're not doing this. Next is, if you are working in a company, then you should make yourself very much valuable and indispensable for the company. Indispensable as in the company must need you. It must feel that this person is a big value asset for my company. So I cannot lose this resource for any cost. The company must feel like that about you. In each and every action of yours, you should prove to the company this particular point. Whatever habits we are going to see in the upcoming slides also, it will also make you become one like this, a valuable and indispensable person in a company. If you see, there are 4 types of jobs normally. The first type of job is the one that is hard to learn and hard to do. So what are these type of jobs? If you see, these are maybe if accounting or maths is not your cup of tea, but still you got into accounting job. So what will happen is it will be very hard for you to learn, and also it will be very hard for you to do that job also. For many of you, even software will be like that. It will be very hard for you to learn, and day in day out you will be really struggling in the job also. So these kind of jobs are called hard to learn and hard to do jobs. And there are some other jobs which are called hard to learn and easy to do jobs. For example, if you see typing, maybe flying aeroplane, these kind of jobs, if you see, in at the initial days, it will be very very difficult to learn the nuances of these jobs. You have to struggle a lot. It will be very hard. But once you learned, once you have mastered these, then it will be very easy for you. It will be very easy for you to do. You don't have to really use your brain at all there. Okay, you can do it on autopilot. What is the negative side of these kind of jobs is that you will become easily bored. There will be no challenge at all. You'll be able to do the job very easy, so you'll also be get bored easily. That is a negative side. Next one is easy to learn but hard to do. All the jobs that requires the physical labor, those kind of jobs, they are very easy to learn. Cutting a wood, drilling, digging, these kind of works, they are very easy to learn, but they are very hard to do. Right? Physically, they require a lot of energy from your end. So they are very hard to do jobs. And the fourth one is a sweet spot. These jobs, they are easy to learn and easy to do. What are these kind of jobs are there? Your natural talents, whatever talents that you have got. If you're a person who naturally talks well, then maybe a speaker job will be very easy for you. You don't have to spend long hours in learning to speak, right? Because already you're very strong in the language part. It'll be easy for you to do. So these kind of jobs which was aligned with your natural born talents, right? So these are the jobs that you need to pick up. That's what Brain Tracy tells. When you choose your career, when you choose your job, find the job that is very easy for you to learn and easy to do also. So in a way, you will not lose heart, because these are the jobs that you will also love to do. When you choose such kind of jobs, then nothing will be looking like challenging. You'll be doing it with full heart, with full love and full dedication. So every one of you out there, you might be working in any industry, but at least now take a look that whether it is aligned with your natural inborn talents. So when we say that you need to see or look into the job that you love, people will be struggling with these kind of concepts. That is, they will be stuck in their current job, right? They will be after the college, they would have got a job. That would have been the only job that they have got. They would have taken the job, and in that job, they would have been stuck forever. They will not be liking the job. Salary will also not be very much high, not very rewarding. Company will also be not good, so and so company only. But still, they will be stuck in that particular job. And if you take that industry also, there will not be any big future for that industry. But just because they got used to it, people get stuck in such kind of jobs because they become very comfortable. They know what to do in that job. There's no new challenge. Some people like this kind of life. They don't want new challenges. So they stay wherever they are. And one more thing that why people don't change is that because of the sunk cost. If you see in companies, there is a cost called sunk cost. These are the costs, the money that has been spent, and you cannot recover that money. That money is called sunk cost in accounting. Okay, same thing will happen to people also. For a particular job, you would have invested a lot. You would have learned lots of courses, certifications. You would have invested your time, effort, money into that particular job. But what would have happened is that after a few years, that job, that industry itself would have lost their fame. Now they may not be growing to the same level as they were when you were learning them. But just because you have invested so much into that job, these people, they will not be willing to come out of it. because they always think back, okay, I have spent so much in my studies, so much of lakhs I have spent on my engineering degree or my BCom degree. Okay, still BCom auditors have a good job now, but still I'm telling for some other fields, for example, just because they have spent some amount of time and money in that particular job, they think that they need to stick to the job, though they don't like, though there is no future for them, they'll be sticking there. And next one is that they always think about security. They want security in the job. So if they switch jobs now, maybe the market will not be nice, so they might lose the new job very soon, or maybe the new job might bring in more difficulties into them, so they don't want to get into new job, new opportunities. These people, they always want to have a safe and security, so they always stick to the old job. But what brain Tracy is telling, that if you are having the dream that you want to become a millionaire, you want to really scale up, you want to reach those heights, then ignore the past. Whatever you were doing in the past, leave it. Focus only on future. Only then you will move ahead. He is asking you to think this way, which is called zero based thinking. Just think about your current job. If I were not doing what currently I'm doing, would I get into doing the same thing again, knowing what you know about this area? Maybe this is a little confusing. I will explain you better. The thing is that if suppose you are into a job, maybe an admin job. So you are into an admin job now currently, but you imagine that you are not into admin job, you are into some other job. But someone comes and tells you that there is a good admin job for you. Come join us. Will you really join that admin job? If the answer is no, then you can really come to the conclusion that whatever the admin job you're doing is not the right fit for you. This is the time for you to make a change. So whatever may be the life you're living in, just ask this question, not only for your job, even to the life you're living in. If you are in a different life, if someone comes and tells, okay, I'll give you this life, this sort of life, will you come and live this life? If you say no, then you are not living the right life for you. So this is the time to change. So ask this question to yourself now. Next one, these are the habits for rapid advancement. Now we have seen some of the habits that are making us stuck in our past. Now we are going to move towards the future. So what are these habits for your rapid advancement? Is that working hours? This is a pain area. Now already people are telling that we are working for a very long hours, very long hours. But what Brain Tracy is telling, that if you really want to make it, work for long hours. He's asking you to go at least an hour before your office timing starts. When you start early, your productivity will go high by at least 50 to 100% is what he's telling. When you start early, even before other employees come there, if you start working, then your productivity will go by 50 to 100%. And next one is that when you are working really hard on your work, it will be noticed. That will really bring in lots of attention to your work. If you see in my work time also, what I will do is that my office will be starting only by 9:30. But what I will do is, I will go to the office by 8:30 itself. I'll go even before the office shutters are open. I'll be there. And once the office is open, till the work, a real work wouldn't have started, but I'll go there. I will read the newspapers. I'll read mostly the business column because that was very much required for my job. I need to talk to my clients about the current trends in the market. So I need to be on par with whatever business news is there. So I used to read the newspaper thoroughly. Then I used to go open my laptop, check all the product mails. What are the new products introduced? I will learn about those products in detail. And after that, I will get my file, my folder ready, because this is the folder I'll be taking to client's place. So if the client wants to sign in for an investment, I should have the forms ready. So what I'll do is, I'll make a check. I'll just see if all the forms are ready, because I don't know which client will be ready for which kind of investment. So I must keep all the investments ready. And also only if I know that what new products are coming into the market, I'll be able to be ready with that product, that particular product's application form also. I will take note of all these things. I will check my file, keep everything neat. Before the whole herd of other employees come, I'll be ready to start my work. So what this will give to me is that I will have lots of confidence, first of all, because I've started my day early and I'm now prepared. I'm fully prepared. So when I'm prepared, by 10 o'clock, if I want to move out of my office, I'll be fully on. So with this full preparation, if I go to the client's place, most of the time, the conversion will be happening 100%. I've seen my own colleagues who go to the employees, they also pitch the products. But when the client say, yeah, this product sound good, come on, let me sign the papers. These people will be like, ma'am, sorry, I forgot to bring the papers. Tomorrow I will bring. Day after tomorrow I'll bring. Before they bring those papers, the client would have changed his or her mind. They would have lost the opportunity there itself. So I have learned this from my other colleagues. So what I will do is I will do this preparation well. So this is what I would suggest to you also. Don't just calculate that, okay, I'm getting only so much salary. So I should work only, I'm getting salary for only 8 hours work, 9 hours work. So I should work only so much. Not even a single minute I will work extra. I will not make the boss earn more. But see the contradiction. Only when the boss earns more, you will also have the job. You will also have increment. You will have the promotion. But what we think is, why should I really toil for other person's profit? This is what many people think. This is what's stopping you from moving ahead. So be ready to work for long hours. Next is ask for responsibility. If you are doing your work really well, on time, everything, then go to your superiors and ask for more responsibility. Do more. When you ask for more, they will notice you. They will start to give you more responsibility, and you will really climb the ladder very fast. That's what Brain Tracy has also done. He has worked in a company in which he was working in a low level job. So in that job, he did not have even a proper office space. It was like a dungeon. In that place, he was working, but he decided to really move up the ladder. So what he did was he completed his work very early, and then he used to go to his boss and then ask for more responsibilities. Initially, the boss did not really mind him at all. But after 2-3 times, Brain Tracy, again and again, he goes to the boss and asks him to give him more responsibilities. So one day, the boss, okay, he was thinking, this guy is again and again asking me. So let me give him some responsibility. So he gave him a small responsibility. Brain Tracy did it with full dedication and then completed it before the time. The boss was really impressed, and after some time he gave him a lot more responsibilities, then some more. Within few years, really, you'll not believe, Brain Tracy, he had 20 to 23 employees under him working in that same organization. He was moved to a different building, had a big office space. Now he has got a lot of employees under him. Within those few years, that particular boss has paid him more in salary and bonuses that he had not given to any of his employees in his 25 years of company life. That much, how much Brain Tracy has been paid for. But initially, he was having a very low job. He did not really think that, okay, I'm just paid low. Why should I work more? Why should I ask for responsibility? That's not how successful people think, right? You got it? So always ask for more responsibility. Next is important thing, don't waste time. See, there was a research done, and in that research, what was the result was employees work only for 50% of their working time. We might be physically present in the office for 8 to 10 hours or even 12 hours, but only 50% of that time employees work. Most of the time, where it goes, talking with employees, having phone calls, private phone calls, having extended lunch hours, tea time, right? Most of you can relate. Though we say that I've been working hard, I've been in the company for so long hours, effectively, how much hours you work is only 50%. So we are not at all 100% productive at all. And also, some people, even when they work, they always try to take only easy task. Whatever is easy, they will take that and complete it first. The high priority, hard task, they always push it to last. So even in the 50% remaining hours, what they're doing, they're continuously doing only low priority tasks. So what is your productivity level? What is the value that you're adding to the company? Nothing, not much. But we expect more. We expect more from the company. That's what we always have in our mind. We always think that, okay, I'm doing more. But you effectively, if you go and really audit your work, you take one day, maybe tomorrow, from the morning till evening, how much you really do your job, how many hours, then you will know the truth. So what Brain Tracy suggests is that whenever you get distracted, maybe some employee coming and talking to you, or you're getting phone call from your family members, if it is an emergency, yes, it is understandable. But if it is just for chatting with your friends and family members, just tell this to your mind, back to work. This is what he's asking you to tell in mind, back to work, back to work. So the moment you hear this inside your mind, back to work, you immediately drop off all these unnecessary distractions and go back to your work. Next is join the elite. In America, when they did a survey, they just found out that all the elite people, all the successful people, they were all working for 60 hours per week. They were all high income households. They all belong to high income households. All the households which had got very high income, they have got at least 2 to 3 family members who are working for long hours and hard. But if you see low income households, they were working for very less number of hours. This is what they have found out. So if you want to join the elite, then try to extend the work hours. Just as I told you, do not waste the time, but make the most out of those working hours. Because I'm also not a person who really tells that you need to work for long hours or 12 hours, 24 hours. I don't suggest that. But whatever amount of hours you're getting into, try to improve the quality of those hours. Those must be good. Even if you're working for 8 hours, that's fine. But try to use the most out of that time. Next is, what is the key to the career success? If you really need to succeed in your career, then you must be your own architect. One architect as in you need to build your own personality, your work culture. Everything should come from within. Now, people, they do all the certifications, they go join lots of courses, but once they got the job, right? After they got the job, they just stay there. They never think about upgrading themselves at all unless the company comes and pushes them to do some certification, go for skill training, go for this training. The company has to push them. Only then these people will move to any course or other certification courses. But what Brain Tracy tells is that you don't expect company to come and do it. You be your own architect. You go, you upgrade your skills, you invest on your training. And the second point, which is the very, very important point, which is add value. See, in this universe, I tell you, whenever you add value, you will be definitely given back whatever value you have put into the universe. You might think that you were not being paid, you are underpaid, you did not get the right recognition, or you did not get the right rewards for whatever value you have added to the company. But that's not the case. If in a work you were not recognized, you were not paid well, maybe for all the value that you put in that particular work, you will be paid somewhere else. The universe will never leave you like that. It will definitely pay you, sometimes more than what you have given. So always think about what kind of value you can add to your workplace. Don't escape from that. And next one is, see, take your industry and then look at that industry for next 3 to 5 years, the same industry, and find out what are the top skills and competencies you need to require to stand ahead of other people. For this, what you need to do, you need to go attend seminars, networking events related to your industry. Find out what is happening in your industry, in what direction the industry is moving. Now, AI has come in and it has really revolutionized a lot of industries. If you are not par with the changes that are happening in your industry, then you will be soon thrown out of your place. You will not be able to catch up with people who are really working hard, who are really investing today. After 3 years, if a person is investing from today and they are at par of what is required after 3 years, and if some person go without improving their skills, who is going to be hired? Who is going to be paid a lot? Obviously, the person with a great competency and top skills, right? So you should be that person. Don't stagnate. Try to find out a lot of new things. Don't sit and wait for things to come to you and things to happen to you. That will never happen. You should take the proactive steps. Only then you can move ahead. Now, the race is always on. This is what Peter Drucker says. What he says is that any day, what is the biggest skill that can help you survive any time is that learning skill. If you're ready to learn new things, then you will always survive. Survive anywhere, at any situation, you will survive. Don't think that the learning is stopped to our school days, college days. Continuously learn, whatever may be your industry, continuously learn. And keep this in mind, whatever got you wherever you are today is not enough to keep you there. You might have got this job by learning few skills, as I discussed before, but that alone will not suffice to keep you in the same job. You need to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. Only if you are upgraded, you can sustain and survive. Next one is that Brain Tracy tells you always should look like a winner, right? Look like a winner in the sense he talks about your external appearance. We always think that I'm very talented. Why should I focus on these external appearances? I want people to respect for what I am, who I am, for what talents I have got. Yes, that is all normal thing. Yeah, you want the fair treatment, I understand. But obviously, people will judge us by our looks first, right? Yes or no? You might have really experienced. If you want them to understand your talents, you need to really showcase your talents. How many times you will get the opportunity to do that? Not many times, but your appearance immediately it will talk about you. So just don't focus only on the skills and talents. Try also to look good, look nice, just according to your job. Improve your body language, improve your dressing sense, present yourself well. So when you're presenting yourself well, you're dressing appropriately, the half work will be done then and there itself. You're going to an interview. If you're really dressed well, you're pakka in your dressing, then 50% of the interview is already over there. If they are impressed with your looks, obviously they are going to ask you the right questions so that they can hire you. You will already move to the good books immediately. But if your looks are not matching to the way that they are looking for, then obviously 50% you have already lost. You need to now try really double hard, double the time. You need to put the double the effort to prove your skills and talents there. Understand? Right? I'm also a person like this. I also don't want to focus more on like how we look. Don't focus on. I was also in the same notion that we don't have to really think about these external appearances. But when I saw in reality people who have really taken care of their external appearance, they move forward even if you have got the talent, if you do the right job. But they always have one step. They always move one step ahead of you. They have been treated a lot better than you if you don't dress well, if you don't present yourself well. Time and again, I've seen this treatment, and only then I understood this particular thing in a very harsh way. So I urge you, everyone, just invest your time also in this, how to dress up, how to present, how to really carry yourself in a meeting, in your office. Every single gesture of you counts. I want you all to think in your mind like how other people in your office perceive you. When they see you, when they look at you, the appearance, how do they think of yourself? Think about it once. Then you will know what all you need to improve on yourself. Because the company, they just don't want the talent, they also want the people that they can vouch on. If you're really interested only in the talents, I've got the 100% talent, I'm a genius, I can do anything that this company wants for, you will be only at the back office doing your job in front of your office. But the company will project the people only who are appearing good, who are presenting themselves good. They will only put them in the pedestal. Then you will be sitting there complaining that, oh, these people just only give importance to appearance. But that's how human mind also works. So let us accept this fact and let us start working on it. Next is customer service. So who is a customer? As in person you depend on for your success, or some people will be there in your company who depends on you for their success. The first one are the literally your clients or the customers whom you service, who buys your product or service. So only based on them your success is there. And there are other type of customers who are like your colleagues, your boss, your managers. They are also your customers. You need to satisfy them also. Only if they are satisfied, then you can really move up the next to jobs. What you need to do is that you need to satisfy the first type customer also. But what is very, very important is the second type customer inside your company must be really satisfied with your performance. Your boss mainly, he must be really satisfied with your performance. So try to impress that boss. Try to working towards servicing that particular person in all means. Not in any negative way. You don't have to really, as I told before, you don't have to really nod your head to whatever your superior tells. But try to find out what really impresses them, in how I can really showcase my talents in a way that I will be seen in front of them. If you're able to find that knack of really getting their attention, then surely you will go places. Next is whatever you sow, that's what you will reap. So in your job also, just see what are all the things you're sowing now. These are all the things that you're going to reap in the future. What Brain Tracy tells is you consider yourself as the president of your own company. Don't just think as an employee. For your work, for your particular role, think that you're the president, you're the person who is fully responsible. If you think this is your company and this is your full responsibility, then you will give your fullest to that work. And next one is you always try to be positive and cheerful. Everyone likes people with good smile. If you take in a company, who will be the person, if they want to really fire people, who will be the last person to be fired? People who are liked by everyone, who are really cheerful, who really help others. So even if the company goes down, these people will not be thrown out first. They will stay for the company because they think that these people will be good asset to them. People love team players. People love people who are positive and cheerful. Try to be positive. Try to help all your colleagues. Show your good side there. So now with this, we have come to the end of this episode. So we will meet in the next session in the next month. Until then, thank you so much for all your support.